Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful day today. I am Miss Astrinda from Real. Today, we will have a learning class with the topic of yummy food. If I talk about yummy food, what actually have uh, inside your mind just suddenly takes um, a picture inside your mind? Is that something that tastes sweet? Is there something that tastes sour? Is there something that is salty or bitter probably? Is there anyone like bitter food or bitter drink? Okay, now jump to without further ado, now jump to the today's topic, yummy food. So for warming up, there are a lot of Western, if we might say, Western food on the picture. There are two hamburgers there, two hot dogs, half pizza because pizza usually round, right? And two or three hamburgers. Sorry, one is bitten, and then two donut. So in this interesting story, if you want to spell donut for new days grammar, usually people just write it down D-O like this. But it used to be written this one. So it used to be written donut, but mostly now they already simplify it as donut. Long word, yeah, donut. Now, let's jump to the first task. We have, we have to match the picture and then the grammar or the vocabulary, sorry. On the first picture, anyone familiar already? Yeah, it's a bottle of water, or in the choices we could pick the word water. And then the next one is a grape. Grape, we have green grapes, yeah, and then the most common is the purple grape. And then sandwich. Interesting things also about sandwich is that sandwich mostly cut diagonally. So when people mostly make sandwich, they make it with one bread, like one bread, and then they put the lettuce, the onion, and then the cheese, and then the tomato, and then they can like put mayonnaise or ketchup, and then they put another bread, and then they cut it diagonally. The historical meaning why sandwich always cut diagonally. So sandwich is the triangle one, and sandwiches is two slices this one. So one pair of a bread can make two slices of sandwiches. So the historical meaning why people cut sandwich diagonally, because it's more appetizing to them when they can see or look at the inside of the sandwich, and also it will help them to eat easily. rather than full size of bread. Okay, next we have red, orange, and yellow. Orange still be orange. And then the red one is apple, A for apple. Usually you say like that, right? A for apple, B for banana. So the yellow one is also banana. Banana. Why when I see a banana, I was thinking about minions. I don't know about you, but yeah, that's kind of fruit that usually eat on the breakfast. Most of people like apple rather than orange or banana. Usually the orange become the juice, right? Um, some people choose apple rather than banana because it more uh, make them more easy to feel full. But when you on diet, you will rather choose the banana. Next, we have olive oil because that picture that small picture there is olive, and then we have cheese. So cheese is actually this is actually uncountable. So this is called just cheese, but if you like want to call or name the variety of a cheese, so for example mozzarella, or I don't know much about cheese, but for example mozzarella or France, so you can say I have two cheeses on my bag, which is what you mean by two cheeses. It's not two slices of cheese for one variety, but it is the French cheese and also the mozzarella cheese. So for variety, cheese become countable, but for itself, with one variety, it become uncountable. And then we have biscuit. So what is the difference actually between biscuit and cookie, right? Probably when you see this picture, you will think of cookie because there is just like Minion, there is one doll that called Cookie Monster that always eat cookies. But this one is not called cookie. We have biscuit here because this is the vocabulary of British vocabulary. So biscuit is vocabulary for this one based on the British vocabulary, but cookies is for American vocabulary. Usually biscuit is accompanied by hot tea, yeah? And differentiate with um, Asian or probably Indonesian people. They really like the tea just as it is. They don't put a lot of sugar in it. If they want some sweet in their tea, usually they just pour milk. So it's kind of uncommon there. If you want to make a hot tea with milk, but also with like 2 spoons of sugar, kind of that. Okay. Um, Now we learn about countable and uncountable noun based on the previous picture. As I already told you, the cheese can be can be a group of the uncountable one. So I will put cheese here. So we already have water for the uncountable, and then the countable, the example for the countable one is grape. So we just put another fruit, right? Apple, the banana, orange, and other fruits. So basically countable is noun that you can count. So therefore, you can put the article or an in front of the noun. And when it becomes plural, you have to put s on the back of the word. So for example, apple, because the first word is vocalized, so it will use an, so an apple. So when it become plural, when a noun become plural, means that it has to count more than one. So two apple. So two, a number of two is a bare minimum for a noun to have a plural s on the back of its word. So banana, because it's consonant, it's the first letter is consonant, so we put a banana. Orange, an orange. So this one's actually different with the uncountable. So for uncountable, you don't need the article or an, and also the s indicator. You just like put water, cheese, and then we have olive oil. I guess it's just three, sorry. Water, cheese, and olive oil. Biscuit you can count, so biscuit is countable. And then what else? What else that we have? Grape. What else do we have in the previous page? Oh, sandwich. Sandwich is countable. Okay, okay, okay. So for the B part, I will have I will have some picture to be presented later, but now we will discuss the part C first. So there is a bag of flour for the picture number 1. This is the picture number 1. It's not too small, isn't it? There is a bag of a flour. So we have, I think that both of the bag contains flour. So I'll choose false for number 1. And then number 2, there are 2 bars of cheese. See? It's uncountable, even though this one is plural. So you put the plural on the word bar. But the cheese remain uncountable because it's one variety. 2 bar of cheese, still false. And then there are 4 bottles. Number 3, true. Number 4, there are 4 boxes of food. Yeah, the small one maybe contain sunflower seed. I don't know. Anyone like sunflower seed? You need a lot of patience. But I like it though. Because I like salty snacks, salty food. Maybe I'll end up with hypertension. There is a bunch of banana. Yeah, there is. So true. There are 4 cans of processed food. So yeah, correct. Yeah. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. True. 7. There is a carton of food. So I think it's false, because usually when you find a carton that has the pic like this, and this one actually not food, it's actually milk, and this one is egg. This one is egg. So small. Yeah, you know what I mean. And then there is a container of food. So I think that this is yogurt, number 8. So yogurt is actually a snack, because you cannot really feel full when you eat yogurt, but any snack will be grouped in food, but not all of food is snacks. So I will say true for yogurt as a food inside a container. So there is true. Number 9, there is a dozen of eggs. So I already counted. It's 12, a dozen. So true again. And then there is an ear of corn. True, yeah. True again. And the next one, there are 2 heads of lettuce. So mostly different with Asian and Indonesian, we usually only have the green one, green lettuce, but purple lettuce is actually common. The last one, there is a jar of jam. So false, yeah, because I think that there are 2. This one, if I'm not mistaken, this is like blueberry one, because the picture on the jar is like blueberry, or probably grape. They kind of look the same from far away. And then the last, the small ones like strawberry. Yeah. This one. So there you go. You already accomplished for only 2 tasks. You already accomplished, you understand a vocabulary from picture, and then you already learn about countable and uncountable. And then you already learn about another vocabulary, like for example, a dozen, a carton, container. So which, noun, company, another noun. So you cannot say for milk, you cannot say a bottle. You can say a bottle. You cannot say a bunch of milk. Bunch is mostly for fruit or vegetable, a bunch of spinach, for example. And then for processed food, they usually put in a can. So, and then for liquid, you usually put it on a jar or on a bottle. So you already, for only 2 tasks, you already understand a lot of vocabulary and 1 grammar, which is countable and uncountable noun. Okay, so before we jump for the task 3, let's discuss some Indonesian food that you might find around you. So don't be tempted. It's still fasting, in a fasting day, fasting month. So, a quite unique story for Indonesians or probably most of Asians. So we usually country with a lot of ingredients. Ingredients not always like salt, pepper, sugar kind of stuff, but also the vegetable inside it, inside the meal, inside the food. Um, Usually, we only have like one word or two word for our meal already, right? Because we use it very often. But when we try to translate it in English, either we just like found the same word as we used to use in our daily life, or it will be translated in long sentence. So for example, we have gado-gado here or lote. But when you try to translate it in English, it will be salad with peanut sauce or vegetables. Yeah, you can choose which one, salad or vegetables with peanut sauce. So it will be a long non phrase, right? But we just only call it lotek or gado-gado, but it will become salad with peanut sauce. Vegetable. Don't be excited yet. Don't be surprised yet, because we will have another long word for our simple word for our food. Number 2, anyone will understand this one. It's easy one because rice already become our kind of international food, that actually food that came from Indonesia or Asia. Fried rice. So some people also call nasi goreng instead of fried rice. Fried nasi, fried rice. Sorry, fried rice. Fried rice. So because this fried rice is already famous internationally, some of them will call it just nasi goreng. Okay, I'm hungry. Number three. Easy one, yeah. Just like nasi goreng, just like the fried rice, we have satay, another famous meal from Indonesia. I don't know, probably because a few years ago, when Obama still become the president of the United States, he came to Indonesia. He really liked satay and bakso, so we start to use the word just satay, nasi goreng, bakso. But they already have the translate to English satay. So if it is chicken, came from chicken, you can say chicken satay. But if it is from a cow, you can say meat satay. So you put the ingredient in front of the satay because satay is the noun, base noun. Or if you or if you don't want to make complicated, you just like don't know what is the ingredient, base ingredient or the meat, you just call it satay. Satay. So 1, 2, and 3. So 1, it's more sweet food. 2 is more salty and spicy, I think. And the number 3, satay is more sweet, right? Yay, we have number 4 and number 5. Number 4. So anyone knows number 4? Number 4 is the main ingredient is jackfruit. So jackfruit. So as I already told you in the beginning, because we are Asian people, we usually have a lot of ingredient that mostly the Western people, they don't really have it at the very first beginning. So first of all, when we want to translate it in English, we usually have a long sentence. It's like a sentence, like a long word, long noun phrase for only, for example, number 1, for only lotte, we have vegetable or salad with a peanut sauce on top. Some of people say with peanut sauce on top. So usually for lode, we usually call it as lode. If we want to translate it in English, mostly anything that has a lot of water in it, they just call it soup. So lode nangka is jackfruit soup. So what is the main ingredient? You put it first, and then what is the name of the dish? So because this is a lot of water, so it's called soup, and the main ingredient is jackfruit. So jackfruit soup, just like the satay, yeah. So the main ingredient is satay, and the main dish is satay, and then the main ingredients is chicken. So chicken satay. So number 5, just like what I've told you for number 4, the main dish is soup, but the main ingredient is chicken leg. So, or chicken feet, chicken leg. So chicken feet soup for number 5. So for number 4, number 5, they usually still call soup. So whatever it is, we have a lot of water in it. So we just call it soup. Because they don't know what is lode. So they just know that this dishes has a lot of vegetables and a lot of ingredients, a lot of taste, and also a lot of water. So soup. Soup. So just soup. So for number 4, I think it is a sweet, salty, and spicy meal, right? Dish. For number 5, it fresh and salty. Some people prefer their soup spicy. We really like spicy, right? Spicy food. Another Indonesian food, really Indonesian. Indonesia, you call it, in Bahasa, we call it oseng-oseng tempe. So the main dishes first and then the main ingredient. But for English, you have to reverse it. So the main, usually like chicken feet soup, but because they don't have, they don't really have oseng-oseng in English as a dish, but as a method. So we put it in front of the main ingredient. So the method to get this dish is stir fry, but because this is put in front of the noun, so we put an ed. So stir fry tempe. I don't know. I tried to search it. I look at it for in dictionary. Tempe just called tempe. So here we learn that we have a lot of variety of a soup, but in Western they don't have a lot of variety. So anything that has a lot of water, a lot of vegetable, has a lot of taste, they usually call it soup. But we do not do that. Different ingredient means different soup. This one is soup. The number 4 is lodeh, and etc. So when you, and also when you deal with the main dish, the dish, you have to put it in order. So the order is the method first, and then the main ingredient, and then the last is the name of the main dishes. Stir fry. So what is actually stir fry? Stir fry, fry like frying, menggoreng, but you have to stir it to not make the main ingredient burn. So just like we used to call it oseng. The last page. I'll just put it in mine. Okay. This dish you will find next week, yeah. This one and this one. Number 7 and number 9, you will meet that kind of dishes next week, usually. So for number 7 and number 8, yes, there are actually dishes that contain of a lot of water, but because the water is not really supposed to be bring with the food, eat with the food, sorry, eat with the food, the water is just like thick ingredients actually will make the main dishes more tasty and yummy food. So they are not called food, but they just call like whatever it is called. So opor ayam, we have fresh chicken. Opor ayam, we have then coconut milk. So santan is coconut milk. So braised chicken in coconut milk, still long name for opor, for ayam. Just like the gado-gado things, yeah. So braised chicken that is actually cooked braised, just like the stir fry, the method first, and then the main dishes, and then the complementary. Probably number 7, opor ayam, need to be added in a coconut milk to differentiate with the number 8 because they mostly eat the same. For example, if you like opor ayam but with spicy, probably the color will also almost the same. But for this one, the number 8, usually you will heard this one. For chicken curry, the main ingredient, and then the main dish, chicken curry. So yes, they indeed both cook in the coconut milk, but because the number 8 is also internationally main dishes in India also, for example, famous in India. So the ingredients for their curry and our curries will be almost the same. So number 8 is just curry. They did not like put in coconut milk, etc. So the complementary for example, the number 1, vegetable or salad in a peanut sauce on top, and also braised chicken in coconut mix, coconut milks, actually to make us knowledge the dish, because they don't really have the one specific word to translate it gado-gado or lote or opor ayam in English. So they really need to specify the dish in the long word. Interesting, yeah? And also a little bit tiring, remembering a lot of word in English. But it's okay. Anything will be fun if we learn with real, right? Number 9, the last one. So number 9 is actually the best friend of the number 7. But the number 9 don't really have quite translate in English. So it has a long name. So we put the main ingredient first. This one. And then the method. That one for ketupat. Long word, yeah. Steam plate young coconut leaves in diamond-shaped rice. So steam is the method when you want to like make the dishes cook. Steam. And then plated. Plated, it means the anyaman. Menganyam apa? Menganyam yang coconut leaves. Daun kelapa muda. Daun kelapa yang muda, maksudnya dianyam, kemudian di steam di dalam bentuk yang diamond shaped rice. Panjang sekali ya untuk ketupat. Atau you just like can make it steam. You just can make it short like steam diamond shaped rice. Some people insist to put word diamond shape when you want to specify the dish that you mean is ketupat. So that is this is food that we will meet in our daily life. Indonesian food that we will meet next week: opor and ketupat, braised chicken in coconut milk, and also the steamed diamond shaped rice. So now we have to jump to our yummy food material. Yeah. Okay. Complete the sentence with a bag, a carton, bunch, a bag, a jar, a can, or a bottle. So before we fill the empty space there, the things that I want to tell you is about the differentiate between a jar and a bottle. So a jar and a bottle, a can usually they made of iron, really thin iron. So when you touch it, you can just like differentiate between can and jar and bottle. But a jar and a bottle, both of them actually made from a glass. But the things that differentiate, the major thing that differentiate a jar and a bottle is that a jar mostly have a mouth that wide open, a mouth on the top of the things is more wide than a bottle. So when you find a things that has a narrow mouth, this is called the mouth. This is called the mouth of the bottle. So this one is a bottle, but when it's more wide open, like so, for example, this one. So this is the mouth. I'm not really good at drawing mine. So this is called the mouth. So it's more wide open. It's called the jar. Liquid, they contain of liquid. So when you want to put a liquid, so you can choose a bottle or a jar or a can, probably. But if it is more solid, usually people choose the jar because its wide open mouth can make them easy to pour the more solid liquid inside of a bottle, because the bottle is just like a narrow one. So it's really neat, really need really liquid things inside of a bottle. So for number 1 and number 7, even though the choice is also a 7, but I think that we can make it to answer for one questions. We can choose the right answer or 1 or 3 for one question. Number 1, I have something candies in my pocket. So the answer can be a bag or a box. So usually candy, usually in Western, a candy shop, they just put the candy on a really big container, and you can like take it as you want, and then you just take it to the cashier. So it's not put it in the box. So you have freely to actually take certain of candy to be brought home. So when you take the free candy, I mean like free out of the box, yeah, it's not the free for free candies. So inside of the container, usually you will purchase it with bag like this. I'm not really good at drawing, but it's like a gift box. So this one is bag. So you open here. So number one, you have a bag of candy and also a box of candy. So number two, for a healthy snack, you can eat, just like I already told you, a bunch. So a bunch can be for fruit and vegetables. Number three, my mother always prepares something strawberry jam in the table for our family breakfast. So jam, whatever it is, strawberry jam, grape jam, blueberry, honey, usually the liquidy is not really like water, so they are really little bit thick and a little bit solid. So the answer can be jar, or if you want to like improvise a little, but this is not common, put it in the bottle. So because the jar and the bottle, because they are made from glass, both of them, so they really have a good suspension for something inside it. It's just the way when you want to pour it up, it's a difference from jar and a bottle, but the use is just the same. They can hold the same ingredients. Number four, my grandparents bring us something milk for our picnics. As I already told you, milk usually accompanied with the word carton. But you can also put a bottle there. Because when you remember some of movie or some of cartoon, when you still a child, when you're a child, there are beside the postman, you find a milkman come to your house. Not you as a Indonesian accent, like in Western. Beside the postman or the newspaper boys, they usually hire boys rather than men. The milkman comes every morning to drop a bottle of milk. It's not a carton, but I think because the milk delivery already not really become a common option. So usually people just go to the supermarket or market when they want to buy milk. So milk in a bottle is no longer common, but it is still a thing that milk can be put inside it. So the answer can be a carton or a bottle. Number five, when go to the market, I always buy a can of soda. Usually soda put inside of a can because iron thin. Number six, I want to make cookies. So it's already become the Americanized, right? Cookies. So I need a bag of flour or a carton of flour. So different, but still have the same meanings. Number 7, my father always bring us, I would say, a bag of food, because usually food put inside of bag or probably box, Tupperware box. Like our mom usually put our food in a box, our Tupperware box. The last thing that we want to do, because I already have done the speaking. So here's the things that I want to see to describe the picture. Beside this one is lavender that don't contains in the yummy food. You don't eat lavender. So you eat banana. We have banana here. We have tomato, yeah, ini ya, this one, tomato. Apple, celery, cabbage or lettuce, and orange juice, right? Orange juice, this one. So let me repeat that. So we have banana, we have tomato, we have apple, we have celery, we have cabbage or lettuce, we have oranges, and then we have bread, and then we have scone. So the difference here between scone and bread is that scone can be kind of snack, just like a muffin, and difference with the bread that mostly the taste is bland or plain. Scones mostly taste sweet, a little bit salty, but sweet, mostly sweet. And then for adding vocabulary, this one can be churros. And then we have paprika, red paprika, and yellow paprika, and then cucumber. And then another big bread. We just call it big bread because I search and I cannot find anything. Oh, the last one, strawberry. Okay. So I think we already learned a lot of things today from Yummy Food. Either it is we learn about Western food, how to pronounce in British, how to pronounce American. We learn about grammar, countable and uncountable. We also learn about our own food that you can show to your family next week, especially. So thank you for your attention. See you in another schedule with Real 11 Equals. Thank you. Good afternoon.
setting sun.